Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Do you like our music? Hope you enjoy the music. Welcome to TikTok Unboxed. My name is Charlotte. I'm from TikTok's B2B marketing team, and I will be your host for this webinar. TikTok Unboxed is the vertical series for TikTok for business. We zooms in to one key industry at a time to help you discover actionable insights and business solutions tailored for your industry. Today, we'll be focusing on an exciting one, the finance industry. First, a few housekeeping tips throughout this webinar. Feel free to ask any question anytime. You can do so through the Zoom Q&A box, and our team will try to address as much question as possible directly through the Zoom as well. And for these presentation materials, it will be made available on tiktokunboxed.com, the website, from tomorrow onwards. And over the presentation, we'll ask 2 questions. The top 5 winners will get some special rewards. Also, if you'd like to be contacted by our team for further queries, there is a survey link that I will put in the chat box later. You can use that survey link to leave your email address over there. Any questions or further contact that you would like, you can also put a note over there. All right, that's all the tips that we need to have before we move on to the main content. So I would like to invite everyone to meet Sam, our head of monetization for Southeast Asia. Sam wants to send a warm welcome message to all of you.
Hi, I'm Sam Singh. I'm here to talk about what 2021 holds for businesses in Southeast Asia. On the one hand, it is important that we acknowledge 2020 was a challenging year for all of us. But on the other, it was one of exceptional cooperation among communities and one that is certainly worth celebrating. As you just saw, the challenges really brought people closer together. Our community inspires creative ways to support each other and brighten our days with hope and joy. And that's exactly what TikTok stands for: inspire creativity and spread joy. This value proposition becomes even more important in today's world, where the essence of community goes beyond the physical to include digital connections. And let's talk about what this means for your business, how it can empower your business goals, and how you can make the best out of it. This is where TikTok Unboxed comes in. A series of webinars designed to help grow your business, regardless of the industry that your business operates within. Food and beverage, consumer packaged goods, computers, communication, consumer electronics, beauty and fashion, e-commerce and retail, ride-hailing, online education, or online finance, or more. We have customized solutions, actionable insights, and creative tips to grow your business. Now let's unpack all of the above together. Welcome to Unboxed and welcome to TikTok.
Just like what Sam said, in the next hour, we will share with you how to use TikTok to your advantage, ways you can leverage the platform to reach our vast and super engaged community. And here's the agenda for today. First, we will share some insights of the overall finance industry, including the gaps, opportunities, and drivers. And then we'll take a closer look at the finance savvy community on TikTok, how they are, what kind of content and topics that they like to watch, and what sort of finance advices and products they're actively looking for, and how they behave, and why they chose TikTok. You will see how TikTok's unique mission on inspiring creativity and bringing joy have been embraced by our finance community, and how that have resulted in diverse content and purchase drivers that you won't find anywhere else. And then we'll be hearing from our expert who will walk us through the 4-step strategy guide to finance companies on TikTok. And she'll be sharing outstanding examples of great work on the platform to make it super clear on how you can jump right in and deliver strong business results. And moving on, we will also having an exciting panel discussion on how to navigate through pandemic. All right, shall we get going? Let me introduce our first speaker today, Sean. He's our leading industry strategist for the finance vertical. Over to you, Sean.
Hey, thanks a lot, Charlotte. Hope you guys can see my screen. Okay, it's
Yep, we
great.
can see it.
Okay, great. Yeah, very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Sean, and I'm really excited today to be here to share with you guys exciting latest trends and insights from the finance industry. And I'm the industry strategist here at TikTok, and I cover the finance industry. So yeah, let's go ahead. Okay, in 2020 and going to 2021, we are seeing significant growth and digital disruption across all major finance subverticals. As you can see on the chart on the right, it is estimated by 2025, the gross transaction value of digital payments will grow up to $1 trillion US, and is followed by other subverticals such as digital lending, digital investments, and so forth. Looking at year-on-year annual growth rate, digital investment has seen the most significant increase, with actually 113% year-on-year growth, and this is followed by digital remittance, which grew by 43%. With digital disruption gaining pace, regulation will play a key part in this growth. And it's interesting that 44% of industry experts believe that regulators will support innovation in these financial services. With the pandemic still ongoing, one of the key trends is that the mobile device continues to grow as the hub of finance and banking services. Looking at the top finance apps, which includes payment, banking apps, we saw a 4 times increase in downloads from January 2020 all the way into March 2021. And what this really shows to us is that this peak does not just stop alone in 2020, it continues to increase further into this year. And as we all know, financial services are hugely important for you and I, and especially with various movement restrictions and increasing digital disruption, we are seeing growing adoption of these apps. Another key reason for this growth is also due to the rise in funding for fintech companies. Over the last 3 years, Southeast Asia continues to shine as the fintech hotspot, with an annual growth rate of 55% in equity funding. Just looking at the first half of 2020 alone, there was around $1 billion value in equity funding in our region. So this really paints a very exciting industry for us to see. Despite this growth in digital finance services, interestingly, as we look at this chart, more than 70% of the region's population are still being classified as underbanked or unbanked. And this is actually spread across different markets like Indonesia, Philippines, and Vietnam, with the unbanked audiences defined as having no access to basic financial services. And what this truly means is that it presents a huge opportunities for financial services to scale and to reach new audiences within the Southeast Asia region. Now, at this point of time, we would like to summarize some of the key opportunities for the finance industry. Firstly, there's a huge important need for brands to educate and to build awareness of the latest financial products and services, and especially to guide new or existing users how to better use them. Secondly, with the launch of new users and new services and new regulations and new growing adoption, there's a need to build trust, especially with new users, and also to offer safe and consistent support to all types of users. Last but not least, there's huge opportunity to scale and to reach new audiences who have never used these services before. Now, after we look at all these opportunities, so what should brands and how should brands actually respond? What brands can truly do to address these opportunities would be to try and simplify communication and make financial services accessible and easy to understand. And this can be done by understanding your user and adapting your communication in a personalized manner that helps to solve their financial needs. In terms of scale, it is beyond looking at reach just purely as a number to be achieved. It is also important to speak to users with the most relevant messaging. And especially in a time like this, as we all go through, it's important to help and guide them in the adoption of new services with empathy. So let's go on next to talk a little bit more about the growth of the TikTok opportunity. Similarly, we have seen the TikTok platform continue to grow and we are the leading short-form mobile video platform. In the past year, we have seen the TikTok community coming together to create and support one another, and we are truly excited by the growth of the finance community here at TikTok. So why don't let me show you more about these exciting trends, the content, and the collaboration we are seeing by our community in this next video. Now that's really exciting, and I'm sure some of you have really been part of this vibrant community and taking part in some of these hashtags and discussions on the platform. And now, as we saw in this video, TikTok is truly the home to a fast-growing community that gathers together to share and add value into each other's lives. And now what we'll do is we'll open up a quick Zoom poll to get your thoughts and to get your involvement. As we all know, finance content has grown significantly on TikTok across the past year. But can you guys make a quick guess by how much do you guys think that this has actually grown by? Charlotte, if you could cue the Zoom poll, please. Okay,
We
you
have
guys should.
two questions. Let's try to only vote for the first one.
Okay, cool. So the first question would be, how much has finance-related content grown from last year on TikTok? So there are actually 4 options. Do you guys think it would be 2x, by 3 times? Or do you guys even think it was even more, by 5 times or even 7 times? Feel free to put in your option. And there will be exciting Grab vouchers to be won for the right answers, okay? So you guys please put in the right answer that you think, how much has the content grown by? And I can already see some of you might already be opening up your apps to scroll through the content, right? So that's great as well. Okay, so I think we just put in the last 5 seconds. Okay, we can end the polling here. Yeah. Okay, so I think most of you have already put in the choice. 37% think that the content has grown by 5 times. So yeah, as we can see on the slide here, I think I accidentally showed the answer just now, but no worries. The right answer is actually grown by 7 times, so it's actually even more. And this includes, say, different content. Say, for example, the best way to pay your bills, the best payment apps, for example, the best way to invest and grow your savings, So you can definitely see this growing tremendously from March 2020 all the way to March 2021 this year, and it continues to increase. So thank you for everyone for putting in the answers. Yeah. Okay, so let's just move on here. Great. So in terms of financial topics, so what are the topics that we specifically talk about? And this can actually range from broader audience topics like mobile banking to credit cards and down to more specific topics like insurance and investments. And so as we can see on this graph here is that there's a wide spectrum of content that covers from everyday financial lifestyle, how to get ahead, how to make my life more efficient, make it more convenient for myself, to topics that teach and increase awareness of deeper financial concepts, like loans, what kind of loans to take, what are different financial terms that you use in loans as well. So we can see that there's a wide spectrum. And the next slide will kind of show a couple of examples of this variety of content. And why does finance content work so well is because it's being helped by a community of finance creators who act as financial translators that make these concepts easy to understand and accessible for all types of users. And if you can see some of the examples, for example, many users will actually struggle with, say, financial jargons, when they go to the teller or when they go to a service provider, they will actually ask many questions like, okay, what does this financial term mean? So what these creators do here is that they will help by creating short videos to explain them in common layman terms. And that's really, really helpful especially for new users. And even though there's a wide range of content, users will only see personalized content based on their For You feed, which is recommended based on their interests and the things that they actually watch. So even though it's a wide spectrum, they'll only be recommended content that fits towards their interests. So that's really the good point of finance content here on TikTok. So another reason why finance content continues to grow is because TikTok is a platform for joy and creativity. Now, actually, if you look at the numbers wise, 46% of users have shared that they feel the platform is uplifting and they feel better than using the app before. And this builds a great environment for all types of users to learn and to discover new financial products and services. And that's also why 50% of all users actually discover new products and brands while using the app. So right now, TikTok finance community presents 3 key advantages, which we want to again highlight over here. Firstly, the content is bite-sized and can be easily absorbed by the audience. Next is TikTok's tools make it easy for different users to create user-generated content to share and add value back into the ecosystem. Last but not least, the communication is also simplified on the platform and most importantly, is authentic and is also closer to the audience. When creators especially share their own financial experiences, it adds the important human touch and empathy, which we have highlighted in the earlier part of the insights, which is much needed in this time. As a platform, a safe and positive app environment is our top priority here at TikTok. We are dedicated to protect users and brands through our policies, our partnerships, and product. Most importantly, we also employ human and tech-led content moderation 24/7 to remove any violating videos that do not meet our policies so that we make sure that all the content goes through a safe environment. As you can see, we are a trusted platform for brands and financial institutions which play a big part in engaging and educating the finance community. And we will have an exciting fireside chat with experts from these brands later on coming up, who will come up to share their insights, and so look out for that in the later part of our presentation. So now we'll move on a bit further to take a deeper look into TikTok users and what are some of their finance interests and insights. TikTok users in Southeast Asia are generally open-minded and financially savvy. They are more likely to be interested in different financial products and especially in trying and testing new solutions. As we can see, when compared against non-TikTok users, TikTok users are more likely to own credit cards and also more likely to use banking and finance apps on their phone. Just looking at the 2 graphs here on the slide. At the same time, they are also more motivated to stay updated on the latest financial updates so that they can get ahead and get better at managing or growing their own finances or savings. As we can see on this graph on the right side, we can see that they are more likely to show an interest in a wide range of finance topics, which can start from, say, entrepreneurship, investments, all the way down to businesses, how do you start your businesses, and the latest economy and finance news on the platform. So this is really, really exciting as well. So right now, after introducing the latest trends and opportunities, I'd like to pass the time now to Kelly, take us through our TikTok ad solutions. Kelly, please.
Thanks, Sean. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here with us today. My name is Kelly Umberfield, and some of you probably know me already. So thank you for joining. I lead FinTech client partnerships across Southeast Asia here at TikTok. So today I'm actually going to walk you through all the different ad solutions. So TikTok has a whole array of ad solutions. We have premium open screen placements like the takeover and the top view that are really great at driving maximum reach. We also have custom content solutions like the hashtag challenge that drives co-creation at scale, and the branded effect that takes brand engagement to a whole new level. So have a look at some of these placements that are sort of playing on repeat currently. Not forgetting our most versatile placement, the in-feed ad. Those are the ads that actually greet TikTokers within their For You feed and can be run through our self-serve TikTok ads manager too. On the right of this slide, you'll actually see that we have a special sponsorship package that utilizes live streaming now. So you can use that with KOLs to enable you to share more about your products and engage audiences in real time. So tons of exciting stuff. To the next slide, you'll see these are the three pillars that Sean has pointed out earlier, right? These are sort of the nuggets that we're taking away from this session as being key opportunities within the finance industry. So keep that in mind as we continue through. Looking at the marketing solutions we offer here from left to right, awareness to conversion, you'll see that our standard ads and content solutions are really designed to meet every single one of your business needs. For instance, a potential customer journey might look like them seeing a top view that educates and excites them, right, on the left in that awareness section, followed by a hashtag challenge that really encourages engagement and builds a sense of connection and trust. And then maybe finally an in-feed ad that shows them exactly why your product is going to make their lives better. And by so doing, you acquire a new, highly valuable customer. So going deeper into our in-feed ads, I mentioned it's the most versatile placement, right? So our TikTok Ads Manager is a one-stop shop for campaign and asset management. And within that is where really the in-feed ads are run out of. We have reporting and insights tools that allow you to have flexibility and control over your marketing performance. Within, we've even got over 12 targeting parameters to layer on, and you can build custom and lookalike audiences as well as retarget existing ones. For tracking and measurement, you can also place our TikTok pixel on your site. And for apps, we're integrated with third-party MMPs, the likes of AppsFire, Adjust, etc., all of which add to full control over your campaign success within our ads manager. So if we dive a little deeper into the ads manager platform, here on the right, you can actually see how this maps back to the three messaging pillars we identify, as well as the marketing funnel. So the main objectives you can drive within our ads manager is for reach, video view, traffic, conversions, installs, and even app event optimization. Perhaps how you can think of this is that we can educate and excite new users across reach and video view campaigns, engage with them via a traffic campaign, and then drive them down that install and conversion path with a very niche messaging and specific CTA with the install and conversion campaigns. Branded effects also can be paired with a hashtag challenge or run on its own. This is a product that can be highly customized to enable deeper engagement and can really inspire the finance community while accentuating some of your brand elements. So for instance, UOB tomorrow launched this branded effect that prompts users to remove that headache mindset of shopping as a priority and instead encourages users to save. So we don't have the audio here, but when we do share sort of the material, feel free to play it alongside the music for full effect. It actually really highlighted how the Smart Insights feature within the Tomorrow app would help users save money and have full control of their finances. So a perfect example of sort of visualizing a product feature into something users can actually engage with in real time. So on this next slide is a wonderful example from OCBC. It was centered on educating Indonesian youths on how to be more financially responsible by actually challenging them to save their daily pocket change. The branded effect visualized what these users could achieve by just saving 20,000 rupiah a day and encouraged new, healthy, and actionable financial habits. Sean, could you play this video?
Get this work. Ain't gonna be a struggle, I'm a hustle. Cause money never hurt. Yeah. Never do a thing. Come get this work. Great kind of thing. Come get this work. Ain't gonna be a struggle, I'm a hustle. Come get this work.
So you can see how that's a really fun branded effect there. The campaign celebrated over 940,000 videos submitted and an 11% ad recall rate. Another feature available is our reach and frequency product. This allows brands to achieve maximum awareness. And the benefits of RNF are that you can ensure a predictable flow of campaign visibility at a fixed CPM with frequency caps, even during peak seasons like Ramadan, Songkran, etc. So a really, really good feature to test out on TikTok. Step 2, engage and build trust. So how do we do that, you might ask? Adding value with always-on communication is essential to doing this right. So let's have a look at this in-feed ad by AIB, which is a perfect example of what we're talking about.
You're going to love working here. Don't forget to send your bank account details and we'll see you next week.
Bank account? I don't have a bank account. Now I'm gonna lose this job. There's no way I could open an account in time. I'll never get out of this town. I'll be living off pocket money for the rest of my life. Or I can just open an account with the AIB app.
Need a bank account? Open one in your own time. No drama.
Hello, new life.
Get it done in your AIB app.
So I love that video. Hopefully it was a good laugh for everyone. So going a little further into step 2, right? One way to build engaging relationships with your customers is to build a communication hub on your TikTok business account. Once that's done, you can launch campaigns optimizing for engagement objectives like followers and profile visits, thereby increasing the visibility of your content, as well as boosting your organic follower growth. This is a fairly new feature, but a perfect one to test out. In addition, boosted TikToks allow you to promote videos from either a creator's profile or your own business account. The beauty of this feature is that it feels really native. It can be optimized for all business objectives, and it's actually run via our ads manager platform. Studies actually have shown that 46% of users feel reviews from other customers help drive online purchases. So with that, on boosted TikToks, you can actually leverage that and amplify the right pieces of content from your KOLs to drive conversions as well. Most recently, we've also launched our lead ads, which is super exciting. It helps in converting your prospects into your leads. The in-app customizable form makes for an efficient way to collect leads, and you can also directly export them for easy follow-through too. So having rounded up step 2, let's spend a little bit of time talking about step 3. Personalize your voice and approach on TikTok by addressing specific financial service needs that your brand actually meets. The way to do this, right, is to make sure that you're highly relevant. So relevancy is key. In the next slide, thank you. On our ads manager, you can create custom audiences by uploading device IDs, either by CRM, CSV, API, or your MMP. You can also create event-based audience pools and find high-value users through lookalike audiences. We're even able to retarget reservation ads like your top views, takeovers, and hashtag challenges. We'll be able to segment those viewers and clickers off of those high reach campaigns and push those audiences into your ads manager platform to bring them further down the funnel into a conversion campaign. So TikTok Ads Manager actually also allows you to optimize to key app events like a mid-funnel event of registration or a deep funnel event of purchase. So this goes beyond that install, right? Which is what is going to be a valuable customer to your business. So on deep funnel events, we actually also have a unique multi-bid functionality that provides control of both your install CPI and your deep funnel event CPA. So something to try out for all of you performance marketers out there. It's a really, really great tool. One other way to maximize your ROI is by re-engaging high-value users who already have your app and drive them to take specific actions, right? So app retargeting really is that feature for you. Once whitelisted, advertisers can actually launch app retargeting campaigns to push installers down that conversion funnel, to retain existing users, to cross-sell, or even to reactivate dormant users in the last 14 or 30 days. This is a fairly new feature, but something to tell your teams to whitelist you for and get testing as well. So just a quick pause here. Beepit is actually a robo-advisor in Indonesia that ran both install and app event optimization campaigns with TikTok. We wanted to showcase this because it was an excellent representation of everything I was just talking about. Sean, maybe you can play this quick video.
Download Bibit yuk, aplikasi reksadana yang mudah untuk pemula.
Nice. So short and sweet does the job really well, right? So accompanied by best practice setup, these strong creatives were able to both scale registrations by over 400% and decrease their cost per registration by 10%. Something to definitely try to replicate in all of your brands too. And then just a last point in terms of potential ad solutions that we can pick up on right away, Pangle. So Pangle is our ad network. It's as easy as a check of a box within your campaign setup. A fantastic way to scale your reach across our vast network of mobile apps. And on the creative front, advertisers can actually use TikTok creatives or your existing TikTok creatives, or even test out some of our highly immersive ad formats like interstitials, playable ads, that are able to drive more conversions for you. So this is something that not too many advertisers I think are aware of, but something to take away from today's presentation too. All right, so I think my question was given away earlier. So fast fingers, everyone, we're gonna pull this up again and the top 5 folks get prizes. So if you can pull up the poll, Charlotte. True or false, advertisers can capture viewers and clickers of their top view ad and retarget via auction ads while optimizing for installs. We'll give it a few more seconds here. Okay, I think we're good. You guys don't get too much time on this one. Perfect. Why do we have 1% false? Okay, anyway, it's true. That is the correct answer. We'll probably reach out to whoever responded the soonest for those prizes. Thanks for participating. And yes, the answer is true. So I'm glad everyone's listening. All right, moving on, the importance of creatives, right? So I cannot emphasize enough when it comes to advertising on TikTok, how important creatives are. So let's chat about that briefly. In this next slide, you'll see a couple pillars in terms of how to maximize impact with creatives of yours. It's important to always align your brand with TikTok's ethos in the sense of our ethos is to inspire joy and creativity, right? So to do so, one should always provide accurate and transparent information. As a brand, you should be able to relate to your target audience and have it done in an encouraging and positive tone. And then the most successful advertisers on TikTok are actually able to simplify and demonstrate the user experience with a very clear value proposition and call to action. So you'll see here in the second and fourth video that it actually showcases what the app looks like and how easy it is to do XYZ. Those sorts of videos may seem too simple, but they actually are very necessary and do the job well to drive strong performance. And again, the power of creators on our platform is incredible. So don't be afraid to partner up with KOLs and have them tell your brand story in a really refreshing and authentic way. Feel free to use our TikTok Creator Marketplace. It is a wonderful tool that someone will probably put it into the chat box. If not, we'll send it later. So you can use that marketplace to find the right creators for your brand, make a data-driven decision on who you want to work with, and you can actually even reach out to them directly. So lastly, I'd like to share about our most highly sought after initiative, the TikTok Creative Program. For select advertisers committed to growing with TikTok, we actually offer free creative support to help you test and learn different narratives. And basically, we want to help you figure out how your brand can best connect with our TikTok audience, right? Bukucast is one such partner through expressing a very real narrative, the frustrations of financial bookkeeping for small and medium-sized businesses. They were able to not only see 40% higher view-through rates, but also a 5% spike in conversion rates. So this is a fantastic program. And if you're interested in it and already working with us, just reach out to your teams and let them know. We can talk to you about how we can sort of test and learn together as well. Cool. All right. So next up, it is our exciting client sharing session. Super excited to hear from these folks. Some of them I work with really closely. With that, I'll pass the floor over to Wang, who is our head of brand partnerships.
Thanks, Kelly. Hi, everyone. Very good afternoon to all of you. I hope you have all had an insightful time listening to Kelly and Sean talk all things TikTok, specifically in and around the finance industry. Now, I'm going to kick it up a gear. And we're going to now learn from several key partners of TikTok. As all of you know, Indonesia is a huge market in size and potential for the finance and fintech industry. So we have a very esteemed lineup just for you. So for the panel discussion today, we're joined by a combination of great companies. So thank you all for joining us. I will first introduce each one of you, and then we'll request you introduce yourself and the company and what you do. So we're joined today by Dodi Gunawan from OVO, Amir Wijaya from OCBC and ISP Bank, and Aggie Gracia from Buku Warung. So Dodi, maybe you'd like to start us off by sharing more about OVO and what you do.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Dodi. So right now, currently, I am leading for OVO digital marketing team. Mostly what I do is mostly doing the customer acquisition and retention for our existing users. Yeah, over to you.
Awesome. Amir, next up, can you just introduce yourself as well?
Everyone, I am Amir from OCBC and SP. Basically, I'm heading the marketing team here in OCBC and SP. So nice to have sharing session today with all of you.
Thank you, Amir. And last but not least, Aggie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Aggie. So my role here is just helping the performance marketing team, supporting them explore something exciting and impactful to the company growth from my experience in the past 5 years.
All right, let's get things going. So first, let's start off with a question about the evolution of the industry over the last 1 to 2 years. So from your lens, during the times of the pandemic, how has the finance industry changed? Why don't we start with Amir to kick us off?
Thank you, Wayne. So probably that I would like to share during the pandemic is very interesting time because it was both very challenging, but also there are also many opportunities coming on. Like that time, basically we cannot go to the office, but we still have to be productive. I remember that time, all of my marketing team still have to be work very hard to come up with how then we should change with all the things that happening that time. So we really need to educate how to do the banking from home, all the communications. And I think what is interesting, there's always a change in the digital landscape that we have to think and we have to shift and think differently on how we can grow our businesses, not only acquiring new valuable customers, but also to grow our revenue from the existing customers. But it's not easy because usually the changes come with, there's a new platform, there's new publishers and everything. There's not many data how we can utilize those platforms. So I think the challenge is really how that we can be brave enough to have an experimentation mindset in the team, that we can learn and relearn of every different things and really utilize the challenges and making that into opportunities to grow.
I think that's great. I think the thing about what I realized over the last 1 to 2 years, right, it's really about if consumers start to do things repeatedly, changing the way they do things generally, I think it becomes a habit. So I love that point you made about the experimentation. How about you, Dodi?
Yeah, at the first, in the pandemic time, it was tough for OVO, right? Because as we know, right, OVO is a very main player on offline merchant. If you in Indonesia, you can see a lot of presence on OVO if you go to cashier. So a lot of our cashback there. So people using ours mostly on the offline, right, before pandemic time. And then after pandemic, what we do, we try to pivot, and because we try to work together with them. So we try to create like what is the product that we can work together, because without the ecosystem, OVO is only like a payment system, right? And then we try to open our online platform. So we try to do partnership, including Grab, and then major e-commerce platform. If you know already, we already can pay on Lazada, Bukalapak, and Zalora. So OVO is open there already, and then we try to do partnership with the bank, such as BRI, and then in investment front, we are already doing some partnership with Manulife Asset Management, and in insurance front, we try to do working with Prudential for insurance products. So right now we try to make our product more diversity. So because of this changing, so we try to focus not only to offline anymore, we changing to online, because as we see, the customer behavior is changing for the UX.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And you were talking about partnerships with a bank as well. So we also have Amir here. So who knows, right? You guys might work out a partnership as well. Sorry to put you guys on the spot, but Agi?
Thank you, Weng. So I think now the market segment, which is a small shop owner, are well equipped with knowledge. They know what they want. They have a very specific need for their business. So, for example, in terms of like a bookkeeping, F&B seller has a significant different use case compared to fashion seller, for example. Why? Because the pandemic created urgency for our target market to actively looking for the new solution to improve their business, or at least to make sure that they are safe during this unfortunate event, right? Hence, the awareness of the overall fintech product is increased. I think having said that, to deeply understand their pain point is really important for us, which we can translate it to the rapid product improvement based on their specific needs and also like our marketing communication.
Got it. I hear a lot of common themes here across all three companies, right? It's really trying to cater for the needs of the consumer, which is the most important part. And whichever brand that you are, as long as you cater for those needs, I think that's what's most important. Now, just staying with you, Agi, as well. It's a nice little segue into the next question. So how did you, or why did you choose to work with TikTok, and how's the experience been so far?
Okay, thank you. So Bookwarung really aimed to acquire a good quality user instead of merely just a volume or quantity. Given our target market is also quite specific, right? Offline small shop owners. TikTok so far generate a good quality traffic to our platform. I think it might be because like the targeting and and then there's a highly engaged audience in TikTok. So that's why, yeah.
Okay, that's great. I just want to move over to Dodi, maybe to share a little bit as well.
Yeah. Okay. On our part, we see what our view is on two things. Yeah, because we see like TikTok is the fastest growing in Indonesia as of August 2020. We see like 22 million users on board on TikTok already, right? And then a lot of virality is coming from TikTok. That's why we think that it's time for us to be there. Yeah, because we don't want to lose our moment. And then also there is not a lot of people doing advertising on TikTok, meaning like CPM will be very low, right? And then
well, I would just comment on that. Yeah, so I think it's a great benchmark that we can compare against. But I mean it's a good approach, I would say.
And then we try to challenge our GSM lah, TikTok GSM. We try to do a piloting with them. We agree with like 3-month projects. If we can go like at least we can match our other platform on other platform. We can try to continue to expand on TikTok. And then at that time, at the first 1 month, we try to do that. And then in the second and 3 months, we are successfully to matching the CAC, customer acquisition cost, compared to other platform. And then there is a lot of thing on TikTok, right? The difference is only on the creative side, because on it's very very different. What it called different things lah. Because on other platform, you can use a static image and other things like Kelly informed previously. The creator is very very major things in part in here. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah.
Yeah, I love your point about again testing to find the right levels of customer acquisition. So I think that's a very valid point to test until you get it to the right levels of your expectation. Now, I want to segue now to Amir, and Amir is pretty awesome. He put together some slides. So as he talks through the point, Amir would love to hear more about your thought process when it came to TikTok.
Okay, thank you, Wayne. So I'll try to share some what we have learned with our campaign before. So I'll try to be quick because I think there is the case study already that Kelly mentioned about our campaign. But just to give you the challenges and issues that we have before, basically this campaign was during the pandemic. It was really in the peak of the pandemic on 2020. I think we are having brainstorming of this campaign around May or June. Like we know that during the new normal, we have to come back, we have to come up with something to still grow our saving and wealth management products because our target is not being revised at all. And then, but we also believe many brands are actually shy away to promote that time. So it's a window of time for us to really talk and to, to be stands out on that time. So that's why we come up with Save 20 campaign, and this Save 20 campaign basically try to educate Indonesians how that actually there is no stopping reason not to invest or not to save, because it can be as easy as 20K, 1,000 rupiah for every single day. And we have like a very different media mix that we do, and from a platform, traditional platform, and also some of the new experiment platform. And that's why TikTok come in the picture. So we're not only using KOL, we're using publicity stunt, we're using billboards, we're using even prints and everything. But we really also know that time, we know the data that TikTok growth is really crazy in Indonesia. And that's why we think, oh, we have to do something and we have to experiment on this campaign. And it looks become very interesting because the result is very phenomenal. I have never had a campaign that from my campaign before that having like almost 1 million UGC and with a very good quality, as well as some of them are even willing to do more than 1 UGC during the branded hashtag campaign. And we also see like most of the quality is also quite good for the branding campaign. But all in all, the result is very phenomenal because we are not only having traction on the TikTok itself, but of course from all our media mix campaign. Even during our press conference, usually our press conference is only attended by like 200 media, 100 media. That's already very good. But during our press conference that time, 400,000 people, 400K people actually view our press conference, that is very rare for a banking product launch, because it's not even a lifestyle product, right? We're just launching a movement. We are launching about our product Nyala and how that they can do save and invest, save 20K, 1,000 every single day. We could have very good sentiment. Everybody talk about the campaign and everything in a positive way from the netizens and also from the media. We have a good ad recall from the TikTok itself, and the business results also very promising. We got about increase of 1.7 increase in our digital acquisition. So we acquire almost 2 times, and also our mutual fund and also what's called installment mutual fund is also increased significantly after the post of the campaign. And we also received many awards. We got like about international 9 awards from Asia Pacific, and also very proud to receive the Translator TikTok Awards But I think what I want to share behind all those good stories is that um, it's not as easy as I shown in the slide about the story. Because if you remember that time in 2020, TikTok is perceived as a superficial platform. It's only used for something very superficial message, something just for fun and everything. So even though we already know that the growth is significant, we already read the data, but I think even when we talk to management, they're kind of like, why you are using TikTok for your campaign? Is your target market that low? Is your target market that high? I think if we are using TikTok this time when after Kelly presented and Sean presented, it's easier, right? Because there are data. That time, even if I'm talk with my agency, if I talk with my team, nobody like really understand how to use this, how to use different features of TikTok. So that time I remember during the pandemic, we are still like working from our home. We are still fighting ourselves to have the workshop like, okay, if nobody can teach us how to use this platform, why not we have to read by ourselves all the manuals and all the examples, what are the features and everything. And if we would like to put it in one of the journey of our campaign of the strategy, how should we use this, how the creative and everything, and end up we actually present to TikTok team rather than TikTok present to us, just to show if we're going to use TikTok like this, what do you think, should we use this campaign. And the reason is quite phenomenal because we are willing to try and we are willing to, how to use this beyond. And that's why then we got a very high, UGC rate and everything. And I remember that time, Mia, one of the TikTok team that handle our account, is even saying, like all of the regional is asking why your number is so high with all of the results. And I think because we really have to want to learn and relearn for every new platform and put it in the strategy and really have a bravery on to try something new. I guess that's some of the sharing today.
Yeah, I mean, thanks so much for being the leaning forward and going big on the platform, even in the earlier stages of last year as well. So, some very big numbers that you shared. I think the 400,000 people going into the press conference is crazy. That number, I've never heard of that kind of level before. But just to summarize all the 3 points that our gentleman shared today for this question was really around experimentation, and I think the full funnel solutions of TikTok across a very brand and awareness approach right down to performance marketing, chasing after the right conversion metrics is important. Try until you get the right level of benchmarks that are acceptable by each of your marketing objectives. Now, just be cognizant of time. I just want to go to, thank you so much for sharing, Amir. Let's go to question number 3. So I'm gonna stay this time round. I'm gonna pass this to Agi first. If you had 3 short and key tips, for any advertiser that wants to come on to TikTok, what would they be? And I will start with Agi first, and then we'll go to the rest of the gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you. So in general, I think before we go into these tips, right? So choosing the right metrics, quality and quantity of the creative, an experiment framework, or having a big curiosity of how can we improve the performance is really important in TikTok. On a weekly basis, we can produce like up to 15 to like 20 or more even in the future for to test it out the new creative. And it's actually really fun to test our hypothesis on the multiple hypotheses on the weekly basis. So yeah, that's the in general, right? So the 3 key tips is actually I have first highlighting the user pain point with empathy. Second would be the be authentic as possible, and 3, using the surprise element, right? So as I said earlier, we want to provide solution in our communication. Start with understanding user pain points. Hence, our ads always highlight the user problems with empathy, so they can relate the actual real life situation and provide the solution in our ad. So, for example, we have these ads that a daughter introducing buku warung to her mother because she found her mother crying because she lose her small shop bookkeeping that is really important for her. And like on number 2 is how to make the authentic content. most of our ads production is using really cheap smartphone to record and using like a music that are trending in TikTok. So our audience can relate, because we find that from our experiments, we find that the creative that are not look like the proper look advertisement look better. And in TikTok is important as a brand to be as relatable as possible. The last thing I think is also one of the most important things in TikTok. The content competition is really crazy here. So we need to hook our audience by giving them relatable content with a twist in the first 1 to 3 seconds. So like imagine if you open TikTok, right? So the first content that you see is my ads, right? Our ads that highlight entrepreneurship on how to do a better bookkeeping, etc. And right after our ads, there is some kind of like a famous artist like Indonesia, like a Luna Maya, doing this dancing, right? So how to prevent the audience skip our ads, right? So thanks to our creative team. So basically, our creative team goal is to find out how to compete with that kind of like a fierce competition, like basically like compete with zacking magic tricks, for example, and how to make them not skip our ads. Even sometimes we go further to introduce the surprise elements, like our twist, right? For example, we use the visual of burning shop, or even using alien that introduce Bukwarum to the people of Earth. So yeah, that's why I find that exercising creative in TikTok is really fun to do.
That's great. I caught a lot of wonderful elements there to take out. But before I kind of summarize, I want to hand it over to Dodi first.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will be quick because conscious of time. So I will try to have a different angle with Agi. So in here, if you are new on the TikTok platform, you need to always talk and consult with the customer success manager. And then as we try to do our payday campaign last time on last month, when we talk, because we are quite new, and they give a lot of insight to us, and then how to do the campaign. We have like incremental lift like 30% on that product. And then the second one, if you are new, try to do A/B testing, and then always try to adopt if they have like alpha and beta product, because sometimes it will help you to scale up your campaign. Because when we try to manual bid right now, they have like new beta features like automatic bid, and then we try to adapt. It can help us to scale up quite big. And then the third one, yes, as we know, like TikTok need to be have like very good on creative. It's not no need to be always like very sophisticated. But we have like, if you are like your team is very small, you can have also help from TikTok. They have like TCP, TikTok Creative Program. They can help us also. So we try to enroll on that program also. Yeah, I think that is the three things that I want to share. Yeah, for the success. Yeah.
Thank you, Dodi. Great advice. And we'll just hand over for Amir for your last comments before I kind of summarize and close off for today. Amir, over to you.
I think for particularly FSI and even for banking, banking right now is just like we have so many fintech competitors and also friends that we also have to think ahead. And I think that's why as a banker, we have to change that. We have to be braver enough. We have to be willing to try and experiment for something new with the data, supported data, and also awesome creativity in place. Because there's no way that we, just go with the status quo, or we're just comfortable with all the platform that is we used to use. So I guess we just have to always learn. We always have to relearn, and don't worry if we do not understand, because if it's new, sometimes the seller probably also still learning about the platform as well, for on my opinion. So even like there's every time there's always a changes of different algorithm of different platform. There's a new emerging platform. and we just have to, always be up to date with that and really to take advantage on that. And I guess we also have to think that sometimes we have to think more as a not just only as a brand owner or a brand as a brand, but even challenge us if we are also a content publisher, if we are a content creator, how our brand should behave, how our brand should communicate. So I guess beyond everything, that will help us to even grow further the numbers, not only by science but also by just what Agi said on the terms of authenticity, which is I think that's very important to really to really differentiate us and stands out with every different brand because it becomes fiercer and fiercer I think every single year.
Mm.
So yeah, let's celebrate the craziness of this time, I think.
Yeah, thanks, Amir. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly summarize some very, very key takeaways, right? So I'm gonna call out certain things that all of you mentioned that are very valid advice. Creative twist, surprise elements, first 3 seconds, focus on the creative. If you're new on the platform, experiment, try to scale, use beta features and products wherever you can to kind of scale up your business and so you can reach out more efficiently to more customers of your brand. Work together collaboratively in partnership with us. We're all learning the platform together. We can perfect it together and to achieve the best results. And I think the key thing is always experimentation. Try and try until you get it right for your brand. Now, I'd like to end this panel just with just one little summary about the art and science of the platform. So always focus on the creative, be authentic, but at the same time, there's data points to help you plan better. Okay, so thank you, gentlemen, Amir, Agi, and Dodi for your time and sharing. I just want to hand the floor back to Charlotte to kind of close off for today. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you all. That's an incredible panel discussion. And thanks, Feng, for this really amazing summary at the end. Right. So we just want to quickly summarize for the key takeaways from this webinar. Like if at the end of today, you can remember 5 key points from this webinar, 4 points, it should be these. First is we are the fastest growing short form video platform. And we have engaged and leaned in finance savvy communities over here who are actively looking for financial advice, products, and solutions. And they are the ones that are driving the incredible 7 times content growth that we just saw. And this is an incredible opportunity that you don't want to miss. And we all know that driving financial literacy is never easy, right? But having a creative, joyful, and immersive environment definitely helps a lot with your awareness driven or with your education or conversion. And TikTok is that place. And here we understand that your target audience are probably at a different stage and it needs different marketing approaches and strategies. And with that, we built our full funnel ad solutions. Those are able to help you drive a whole range and a full range of business objectives that you're looking for. And the last point is that do check out some popular creators on the platform, and they can definitely help you tell your story in an authentic way that resonates with the community. Can we go to the next slides? Right. So here are some next steps saying that if you're new to TikTok for Business, definitely for the first time, I highly recommend you to download TikTok today. And here's some hashtags for you to get started and get closer to our finance savvy community. We have hashtag money talk, hashtag stock talk, or hashtag personal finance, or even hashtag credit card. These easily score over billions of views. So just get started over there, start exploring. And with that, you're ready to take on the next step and check out the TikTok for Business page. Over there, you can find case studies, product explainers, and beginner's guide and resource hub to equip you with the right knowledge. And then if you're ready and plan to try the self-serve platform, try it out. You can test it with a flexible budget on TikTok Ads Manager. And remember that we are always here. We're always here ready to help. So if you want any advice on how to get started, or you want to learn more about the insights, find out more about the community, more about our content, feel free to reach out. And how to reach out, we have left a contact contact URL of the survey that you can put your email address in it and your questions. I saw a Q&A folks saying that there are a lot of URLs links flying around today. No worries, we'll send over a thank you email very soon after the webinar. It will include all the key resources websites that we have mentioned today. It will also send you the survey link that you can reach out to us further. All right, if we move on to the last slide over here. So if you're already advertising on TikTok, well, congratulations. That's a great choice you've made. After this webinar, we do encourage you to reach out to your client partner or agency partner to understand a bit more of our second half product roadmap. As you heard from the panel discussion, test and learn, and a lot of great results are from this learning new products. And also, you can definitely learn more about the audience and content insights because our TikTok marketing research and insights team are ready here to help you. And if you want to get more creative tips and best practices, contact us and learn more about our creative lab and the creative workshops. And of course, stay updated with the latest news and trends through our TikTok Insider newsletter. All right, with that, we are wrapping today's webinar. The Q&As we have addressed over the Zoom chat. So here is the QR code for the survey code. We will also send it together in the thank you letter. Right. We hope you had a great time with us, and we hope you have uncovered some new insights and useful strategies. Thank you all for joining us, and we cannot wait to see your brand achieving strong results on TikTok.